We're going to talk about resilience, we're going to talk about some of the big thinkers, models, research around resilience, and then we're really going to home in on some very practical stuff that you can do, that you can take away in terms of using in your own life, but also take away and use in your business. It's about being persistent, tenacious, keeping at things. It's about optimism. It's about having that positive frame of mind where you make the choice about how you want to think about things. You've got to be a bit of a risk taker to be resilient. You've got to be prepared to step outside your comfort zone a little bit. Flexibility, that ability to respond in different ways in different situations. The US Army is at the moment investing 145 million on a resilience program for its staff. It's training 1.1 million staff on resilience. What they're trying to do is they're recognising that they need to build psychological strength as well as physical strength. So a lot of their training has been about building physical resilience. So now they're focusing on mental resilience, building that psychological strength. So that's an enormous investment from an organisation. In terms of a corporate setting, the Illinois Bell Telephone Company, they did a research project. There was a major change program going on, and they looked at resilience amongst that group. It was a 12-year study. 2/3 of the group fell apart. Heart attacks, depression, anxiety. Just didn't cope, didn't build resilience. The other third thrived. And what was common to that group is that they had a commitment and a focus to what they were doing. They were really clear about what their purpose was, what they were doing. They also had an enthusiasm for a challenge. They were risk takers. They were people who liked to do different things, step out of the box. And they also felt they had a sense of control over their lives. Local fellow, Richard Moore. Anybody heard Richard Moore speak? He's a great speaker, if you get a chance to hear him speak. An amazing guy who lost his sight at the age of 10 with a rubber bullet. He said, I learned to see life in a different way. I may have lost my sight, but I found my vision. A guy called Paul Stoltz has now come up with AQ, which is your adversity quotient. And basically that is your ability to be resilient, how you score on the different areas of resilience. So Seligman talks about optimists. They think about good, when an optimist thinks about a good event, they think it's going to last for a long time. This is great, it's going to last for a long time. It's going to spread. It's going to spread. In all of the parts of my life, there's going to be really positive repercussions of this positive thing. And they say, I caused it. That's what an optimist said. I did that. That's great. I did that. I might not say it out loud, but let's say it in here. While a pessimist thinks, well, sure, it's just a stroke of luck. It's just temporary. It's not really going to have a big impact. And actually, it wasn't much to do with me. They did it. Do you recognise that? This is the little guy who lives inside your head, or the girl, or whoever. That is that voice inside your head that when you start to think about stepping outside your comfort zone, it says, oh, you don't want to do that. That's a bit scary. You're going to make a fool of yourself. And that's the parrot who sits on your shoulder. Now, you may have both of them. You might have a flock of them. I've had clients who said, I haven't got one, I've got about 10 of them. We've all got them. I've got one. We've all got them. But it's that negative internal voice, or it's that parrot that sits on your shoulder and tells you, puts the fear of God into you about doing anything. How you could look with more optimism, curiosity, playfulness about what might happen in the world for you. Be optimistic. Self-care, taking care of your basic needs, things like food, rest, exercise, health is absolutely critical, okay? Your brain cannot be resilient if you're not doing that. That's about all I want to say. You've been a real pleasure to work with. I hope you can take away 2 or 3 actions from today that you can go off and build resilience with. Keep in touch. You've all got my contact details. If you need any prompts, if you want me to hold you accountable to anything, if you want to tell me I'm going to go away and do this, Niamh, you email me in 4 weeks' time to check. I'll do that for you. That's all free of charge. But also, if you're interested in coaching, if you're interested in resilience or coaching training, then give me a shout as well. But thank you very much, all of you. Thank you.